Hello everybody, everywhere. Today we are going to talk about the TDC. TDC is the highest point can the piston can be reaches and its velocity will be zero. We have to talk about the importance of TDC. This is to adjust the timing of the gear pump to make sometimes when the remark of the gear train is missing. This method we see in this video. This is ordinary method in some mechanic workshop. They put screwdrivers the port of the injector or the plug and put it in the top of the piston and let the piston move up. And when it's the screwdriver reaches the highest point, this means the piston reaches the TDC and they make the mark here in the flywheel. This method practically is completely wrong because there are wrong about 15 degree by practical method. This is important also when we have to know the TTC when we don't know the mark on the gear train is missing. This is between the idle gear and the crank and the idle gear with the cam shaft and the cam and the pump itself. TTC method in some this is method in some mechanics. This is without use only screwdriver, and this method is very bad and I am not advise this one. Here I talk about the best method. Here we make the put here the piston, make the piston itself in the overlap, and then for piston number one, cylinder number one, then turn the piston after making it overlap, turn its one revolution 330 degree. That means it will be in the top dead center, not the exactly the real TDC, but we have to try to find it. And then let move it, and then after when it's reached the high the TDC, this is overlap, make it, and then reach the highest point. Then we will put a piece. The idea we will put we will find the TDC before real TDC and after by a piece of metal. Its thickness about 6 to 8 millimeters. As you see in the video here, we try to put the steel between the rocker and the valve itself. In this case, the valve will go down. By way after find that put the piston nearly about TDC, we have to turn a little down to allow put the steel the metal itself. Here move the piston, turn the crank in the other direction until the piston hit the valve itself. Will be this means he reached the highest point. So we will make first mark. This is the first mark. This is a real not real TDC by using the metal itself. It's before the real TDC, and then turn this mark more than after the TDC, after the mark in the engine 90 degree, and turn it back to put the mark itself, the metal again. We'll do it again, and when the piston reaches the highest point, we make the second mark. Then the real TDC is between them. This is first one, this is the second one, and then the real TDC, it's between them. This is good method because this is a coordinate or this is the relation between piston and the crank is a distance, really distance coordinate. So by this method we will find exactly without no tools, without no apparatus, only screwdrivers, a screwdriver and a piece of metal. Its thickness about 6 to 8. The 6, if you use more, more than this thickness, it's only there is no difference, only will get the real but the distance between the real TDC and the imaginary or number 1 or number 2, it will be more, the distance is higher. Here you can see in the gear train there are relation between the crank itself gear and the cam gear and the bump gear. This is if this mark is missing, what you can do. In this case, we will assemble the gear itself and assemble the piston itself, and we try to find the TDC by using dial gauge. Make mark here and mark here, and put a dial gauge here in the piston until the piston reach the highest point. How? By see the reading of the dial gauge itself, then make mark. After this, we will find the TDC again by the valve method, which I learned you today. Here put the dial gauge. After remove the cylinder head, put the dial gauge on the piston. This is only for indication only. So look. The dial gauge move. When it turns back, this means he reaches the highest point. In this case, we will make mark here on the gear, and then assemble the engine, assemble the cylinder head and the valve, everything, and then we have to try to find again TDC by using the method which I talked in this video, in the first of the video, in the beginning of the video, and by the valve method. When this mark is same with this mark, TDC is identical by valve method and the dial gauge method. That means this is correct. We reach the correct way. If they're not identical or same situation, this means in this case we can move return this gear this way, the right direction or left direction, until the both method is identical. Find the TDC by dial gauge is the same with valve method. This is the best way. This is a good way to make mark on the gear train if there are no mark in the engine. And this engine explains itself. Here we can show you this method practical. This method in the workshop, what he did put the describer like this. He removed the injector, and we try to move the crank up. Move the crank and move the piston up. You can see here the piston go up. When the piston reach the highest point, that means this piston is at TDC. This is wrong. If we are not get the same reading, we are wrong. Keep it in mind. We have to be, the measurement must be with gauge, not by looking by eyes. Here I show you the practical way by the valve method, which I took it today, by method today. Here, by the way, in every pulley, every engine, there are two marks: the injection point and the TDC. TDC or OT, that's Germany, upper top bonket. OT or TDC. TDC must all engine have this mark, but sometimes some engine no mark for injection point because it's maybe different. It's different from country to country because the ambient temperature is different. So every engine there are the TDC, but injection point, injection mark cannot be found. Here this is the engine Deutz number 4, number 3, number 2, number 1. TDC for number 1 is the same with TDC number 4. This is number 4, this is number 1. So we make our test or on the number 4 because they are identical. Here make overlap for number 4, number 1. So the number 4 is TDC nearly about TDC, but we have to find it exactly. Assume there is no mark here. So in this case, we turn it flywheel a little in any direction, and then put the piece of metal between the rocker or the valve and the rocker itself. You can see here, after put it in we turn the flywheel in the another direction. This valve was another, this valve is same يعني. It's easy way, it's easy. We turn in another direction, turn until the piston hit the valve. You have no ability, you cannot move it more. This means the piston reach the highest point. So in this case we make first mark. This is a first mark. Then return it back to let us draw the piece. Give us a chance to move the piece. Then a piece of metal. Then turn this mark, first mark, 90 degree after the engine marker here. Here look, this is angle is sorry, 90 degree. This is 90 degree. Then put it again, metal, put it again. Okay, return it back. Okay, you can see here we make the second mark. This is not real TDC, but the real TDC you can find it in the middle itself, between them, because this is before TDC and this is after real TDC. So the exact TDC between them. This is the best way. No need for operators, no need for tools, nothing. This is good exactly method to find TDC. TDC is important. It's important skill. Mechanics explain itself. No problem mechanics. It's easy course. Thank you very much.